dream I know, deep up my feelings for you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Reality Latest Gist, your home of news and politics. Thank you so much for joining us on today's wonderful news. If today is your first time of watching, kindly subscribe, like, comment, share, but don't forget to turn notification bell to get notified whenever we drop our video. So guys, let me bring you the headlines. Atedo Peterside, the founder of Stanbic IBTC Bank PLC and ANAP Foundation, says that the Independent National Electoral Commission is failing to conduct credible poll in the country. Next after this, we have the process of power transition is attaining a crescendo in Edo State, my people, because the recent inauguration of transition team by Edo State government and the governor-elect Netumondo Obolo and the APC reaffirmed the fact that governance is a continuum, but change of administration is inevitably constant. All right, my wonderful people, before I proceed, I welcome all my amazing subscribers and viewers. Thank you so much for joining us on today's wonderful news. So guys, let's dive in. Atedo Peterside, founder of Stanbic IBTC Bank PLC and ANAP Foundation, said that the Independent National Electoral Commission are failing to conduct credible poll in the country. Commenting on the September 21st governorship election in Edo State, Peterside expressed concern over manipulation and ranking that took place at the poll. At what happened during the September 21st Edo State governorship election, Senator Mondo Boblo, the candidate of the All Progressive Congress, was declared winner of the September 21st poll by INEC, whereby Senator Mondo Boblo pulled out 291,667 votes to defeat his closest challengers, Asu Hodalo of the People Democratic Party, who got 247,274 votes. Olumide Apata, the candidate of the Labour Party, came a distant third with 22,763 votes. So after the polls, Samson Itodo, executive director of YEG Africa, a civil society organization, said that there are major political parties that engage in vote buying on that day. So according to him, he said YEGA and other civil society organizations noticed that parties handed out 5,000 naira to 10,000 naira to voters. YEGA also reported incidents of vote buying and polling unit disruption during the election. So the civil society organization said vote buying was observed in several local government areas, including Igboboka, Igwebe, East and West, Akoko Edo, Onwa West, and Ihumodo. So they added that votes were sold for the sum of 10,000 in the 6 local government areas. So during the poll, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission arrested some suspects for alleged vote buying. But it didn't end there. So speaking on Prime Time, a program on Arise Television on Monday, Peterside said Nigerians deserve an explanation from INEC for vote manipulation favoring only one political party. So he thought that he have already gone public in the sense of after the election, because he put out a tweet. So right now, he said he has gone to INEC result viewing portal when he had all the compliance from people who were on the field in Edo. He checked the result sheet, hoping that he will conclude people were just making noise over nothing. But unfortunately for him, he said some of the results when he see shock him. The thing when he go see for INEC result viewing portal shock him. He said in an election, there was an average turnout, 22% of the roundabout, one particular political party, and he's sure they can all guess which one, because that one was achieving a 98.5 turnout and results in some polling booths. He talks say in some polling booths, the total number of votes that same political party got was larger than the total number of voters. Maybe say they accredited. My people don't be small while. So right now, my people, Peter say no, if you waste time, they blame political parties because they are not the referee, they are not the umpire. So they must hold INEC culpable, because he got his data from INEC. Peterside also emphasized that it is irregular to have an election where one party received more votes than accredited voters. He said no get where they do them. So he have already said that INEC did very well in Osun State, that all the results are still there on INEC result viewing portal. But since the presidential election, now when INEC started to play these funny games, and he can tell us what the game is. Because once voting ends, the results are uploaded. But glitches occur when the favored party isn't doing well. He said by that time you go see say the upload go stop. In fact, it will disappear for hours, then resurface with alter result sheets, changing the equation as seen in Edo election. Say na wetin happen? Hey, na the tactics wey INEC dey use now. So he expressed concern that INEC conduct of Edo State election may affect the confidence of voters in the commission's ability to hold credible polls. So guys, I would like to know your thoughts, your contributions, your opinions in our comment section. We'd love to hear from you. Once again, thank you so much for staying to us. Moving on to the next one. The process of power transition is attaining a crescendo in Edo State. So the recent inauguration of transition team by Edo State government and governor-elect Senator Mondo Owolo and the All Progressive Congress reaffirmed the fact that governance is a continuum, but change of administration is inevitably constant. So that also underpins the fact that governance is not mechanical. People make decisions, and smart decisions require robust information. Now, it is anticipated that as the team of the outgoing administration interfaces with that of the governor-elect Senator Mondo Owolo, it will foster a smooth and orderly transition. One of the hallmarks of democratic resilience is transition of power, particularly from one political party to another. So it signifies political stability. It increases public confidence in mechanism of governance, and that could engender a greater inflow of investor capital. So right now, my people, every era need a pattern of development that is sensitive to the peculiarity of its time, people's aspiration, and future well-being. So, as Senator Mondo Owolo heads to Osadebe House, the people of Edo State, they are anticipating a new pattern of excellent governance. The common expectation is that he will immediately deploy an actionable framework of social-economic transformation. So wetin we come dey see now be say people are yearning for a non-partisan framework of governance that encapsulates values and strategy for inclusive growth, a culture of harmony and sustainable outcomes. An end should come to a lack of sustainable development practices. So prestige-driven projects are hardly people-centric and are often anti-development. So Edo people do not need such. Peace is what is expected to exist in Edo State because governance is not a game of war. So as Senator Mondo Owolo head to Osadebe House, he should endeavor to wear the toga of a unifier. A divided Edo is a weak Edo. The highly cerebral Oba of Benin has said much about the need to unite. So right now, my people, somebody no feel wonder if the heartbeat of the nation is weak. Wetin go come happen to the nation? So it will take a united Edo to fight and win the battle against entrepreneurs of violence. The governor should be the point man in this battle. Different forms of violence have led to the erosions of social cohesion. So Edo cannot move forward as long as violence keeps disrupting local economies. It is common knowledge that violence stalls economic growth and increases poverty rate. So it causes the disruption of businesses, loss of jobs, and reduced investment. So to end violence and deepen peace, Senator Mondo Owolo may need to institute an enlightened League of Peace Ambassadors. Good governance entails different services delivery. So as Senator Mondo Owolo head to Osadebe House, Edo people should immediately seek implementation of his service delivery agenda. Honestly, because healthcare service in Edo State need revamping. To start with, concerted efforts should be made to elevate the status of primary health care delivery system to ensure top-notch quality, efficiency, accessibility, and affordability, particularly in hard-to-access communities. So guys, I would like to know your thoughts, your contributions, your opinions in our comment section. We'd love to hear from you. Once again, thank you so much for staying to us.